Well, it's officially fall. Let's go for a little walk and we'll take a peek at how everything is doing in all of the greenhouses. The leaves are starting to change. It's so beautiful. Okay, first of all, let's take a walk up to greenhouse number 1 and I will show you. We get a lot of questions on where we buy our greenhouses from. We purchase through a company called L&R Shelters. They're located in Dundas, Ontario, Canada. We are in Canada, of course. And we purchase all of our greenhouses through them. They're such beautiful people. They just do exactly what we want them to do. I know a lot of you viewers have purchased through them as well. I'll put their link in the description below. But we've had temperatures of -5 degrees Celsius I'd say the past week, or nighttime temperatures, which is what, 22 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. So we've had heavy frosts. But I'm just going to bring you into all the greenhouses and show you what the double poly does in helping with keeping the frost out and keeping the plants somewhat happy. Let's go. So we are in greenhouse number 1 right now, and as you can see, we are starting to stockpile all of our bushels and containers, and so at this time of the year everything kind of becomes a mess because we're pulling stuff out and kind of packing stuff in. But this is greenhouse number 1 where we had assembled our onion bed, and it's doing really well. But onions can withstand a lot of cold. So they're still doing great. We're not going to plant anymore. I think what we'll do in this bed is plant some spinach later on. So, but if you look over here, this is where we planted some of our cucumbers into our Pantera pots with the spaghetti hose. So we just turn on the drip irrigation and let them go. These things, we just let them go wild. We did not prune any of these, but they're doing so great. And over here, Haley has a jar that she put a little tiny cucumber, well, smaller than that, into the jar and just let it grow. And now she's got this monster cucumber. I think she's just going to fill it up with vinegar or something like that and keep it as a showpiece. Only Haley. I'm anxious to see, actually, I'll update you on what it does, because I'm thinking it's going to start getting so big and so long, it's just going to start curling. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's pretty cool. So needless to say, this greenhouse is still hanging on. Remember, everyone, there is absolutely no heat in here. Cucumbers are still producing. They're not even really misshaped, considering how cold it's been. The foliage is, some of it's looking a little shabby, but other than that, it's doing pretty fantastic. And there's a lot of cukes coming on still. So, greenhouse number 1. Let's go over to greenhouse number 2. So this is greenhouse number 2. Again, the double poly greenhouse with the roll-up sides. All of our greenhouses have roll-up sides to let the ventilation through, and it really does help with cooling. So here are all of our cherry tomatoes, and they're still coming on strong. Still a lot of new cherries to ripen up. So we're still running these, watering them with the drip irrigation in these beds. These are just raised beds. This greenhouse is 70 by 30, and we have all these plants strung, so these have all been dropped and leaned many times. So you can see them looping around there. So again, this has withstood a lot of cold temperatures as well. And again, it's not heated either. So let's take a run down to number 3. We have the most beautiful view here. The leaves are changing now, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Unfortunately, we have a major highway that runs right along there, but other than the noise, it is so beautiful to sit out here and watch. The hills, this morning you couldn't even see the hills because we had such a heavy fog. But the colors are starting to change, and it's just so beautiful. Hello, boys. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey? You staying nice and shaded? These are our calves. So we have Angus here, and then we have Sammy. And laying over there is Charlie Brown. Hey, Charlie. What you doing? You just chilling? They're so cute. We have 3 more coming. Yeah. Okay, greenhouse number 3. This is where we have our peppers in the front. They're doing pretty good. Actually, they look like they need a little bit of water, so I'll run the drips right now. Peppers are still coming on strong. This one here has a little boo-boo. We'll throw that over to the calves. So they're still producing like crazy. And they're nice sized peppers. And then the cucumbers back here. Again, there's no heat in this greenhouse. The peppers, or the cucumbers, have been going for a long time. So they got super cold. The leaves are all starting to turn brown. But now the tops are starting to look better again. And they're still producing. So we're just going to leave them. We were going to pull them, but we're just going to leave them produce. I mean, we still have picklers on there. And yeah. So won't be long and we'll be pulling the plants out of this greenhouse though, and getting the beds all cleaned up. So let's head over to number 4. So right here we have, before we go over to number 4, I just want to show you, this is right beside greenhouse number 3. This is where our zucchini beds were, or zucchini plants were planted. And as you can see, the frost has taken them out. So that's the difference from being outside to inside a greenhouse. Like, it's a huge difference. So we're very thankful that we do have these greenhouses to work with. But yeah, these are done. Now, greenhouse number 4. Look at the size of these pepper plants. Crazy. And the tomatoes are still doing fine on this side. And then we go over to this side, and they are pretty much done. I'm not sure what happened on this side, but they're done. So what we're going to do tomorrow is I'm going to pick all the green and reds off, any that are worth picking. I mean, the little tiny ones we won't. But we're going to clean these plants off and pull them out and get the beds ready for next season. But peppers, like, they are tall. They are so much taller than I am. And there's some nice looking peppers on them still. Doing great. So we still have a lot to harvest, and I think we still have a lot of time left because now that we've had the frost, the killer frost, in the next I think the 2-week forecast is pretty nice temperatures in the evenings, nights, and daytime, so we won't lose anything else. Well, we have really nothing left to lose outside. But we don't have to worry so much about these greenhouses here. The only one we do put some heat to is greenhouse number 5. That's the new hydroponic greenhouse. And I'll bring you up there right now and show you what we do for a little bit of heat just to keep the edge off at night. And we are in greenhouse number 5. And again, everything is still growing fantastic in here. The peppers are doing perfect. I think I pulled 2 plants out that weren't, they were kind of struggling. So yeah, I pulled one out from there and then further down. They were struggling a little, so I just got rid of them. But like, look at the size of that. So these have plenty of peppers still left on them. And this is what we heat with. When it's going to be super cold, like anything below 0 degrees Celsius, we just put this little Mr. Heater on a propane bottle, and that just keeps like I said, keeps the edge off. And we really haven't lost anything in here. We haven't lost anything in here. But tomatoes are just crazy amounts of tomatoes. And then our English cucumbers, the plants are starting to look a little yucky, but every day we're harvesting some English cucumbers off here. I've already done the harvest for today, and we're not going to drop and lean anymore in here because these plants will be coming out soon enough. So, but for now, they're still producing, and I think we're pretty much the only growers in this area that have cucumbers available right now. So we want to keep it going as long as possible. Yeah, so like these plants aren't the best, but the cucumbers are still producing, so it's great. And then of course our hot peppers. So we have jalapenos, and I'm pretty sure that these are hot cherries, but still not positive. But peppers are really good. Peppers can really withstand the cold, like I said earlier, so they're still doing great in all greenhouses. But, well, that's a funny looking guy. Looks almost like a flower. It's kind of cool. We also had some questions on this BVB substrate with the slabs. People were asking if you can replant into the slabs. So this bed has actually, this is its second planting. What we did was just took a sharp knife, you can go back and watch that video, and we just cut the slab off and put another block on top with these existing plants. Now, it was fine because it was just cucumbers in these slabs here, so the root system wasn't overly big. Now, I'm not sure about the tomato slabs because the root system is much larger on that. So when we take these off, we're going to, or when we pull them out, we're going to just check and see how much root system is actually in the block. And maybe we'll just keep one slab and do a little test for next season. But yeah, so we did in the one season. We wouldn't use them all the time, but there was no problem with it being too root bound or anything. So this is the second planting. And here's Wayne in shorts. It is actually quite warm out, isn't it?
Against this wall.
Pardon?
Against this wall.
Yeah. So this is a little something new that Wayne is doing. He's doing a great job. It looks so good. So we're doing something we'll explain later on once it's complete. And it won't be long, will it, hon?
No, hopefully by next week we could do something in there.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring you into the lettuce house now. So now we are in the lettuce house, and this greenhouse is 120 by 30. This greenhouse runs 24/7, like it runs and all year round. We don't shut this down at all. So needless to say, it is heated. We have a furnace at the back, and then we have a furnace up here at the front. And that's our new little secret room that we'll explain later. But again, this greenhouse came from L&R Shelters as well. So if you want to, like I said, I'll put the link in the description below. And you can go check out their website. And if you have any questions at all, they're both really super good people to talk to. Lucy and Ron are their names. And they'll answer any questions that you have. So that's just where we purchase from. We have never had an issue with them. They're very helpful, and that's it. So So that's our little quick tour for the second day of fall. Hope you're all having a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.